All right, here we go.
Okay, I'm gonna call the Weathersfield School Board meeting to order at 6:45. We don't have any, I don't actually even have my agenda printed out.
I bet BJ has
It's
it.
TAN and other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, this meeting is just sort of an emergency meeting. It was, originally, just an athletics meeting, but then the Weathersfield TAN got added on and now deleted, right? We no longer need.
Now we don't need to do that anymore, no, because
Oh, good. Thank you, BJ. Do we have any changes or additions to the agenda? Right now, we only have athletics on the agenda.
exactly, so we can take the TAN off of
Yeah, the TAN is
that
not,
agenda because the town, just to explain, the town of Weathersfield was able to allow a transfer of about $250,000 into the school district budget in anticipation of taxes. I don't know whether they have a surplus or whatever, and they're gonna give us another, I don't know, in another 3 weeks, another 1.2 million. We may still have to borrow a little bit in September, but we're good right now. Cash flow is good.
so does anyone want to speak about anything other than athletics? No? Okay, well, let's get right on to athletics then. Jessica, do you want to give a?
Yeah, so our numbers are still actually growing as we speak. I just got another email for registration. So they're growing by the minute, but for right now, before I came down, our numbers for kindergarten is 10, 1 and 2, co-ed 21, which is pretty incredible. 3-4 boys 16, 3-4 girls 11, 5-6 boys 8, 5-6 girls 10, 7-8 boys 10, 7-8 girls 12.
Wow.
So we have over 100 soccer registrations for cross country, including Brian's just added them. I think we have about 6. So we're hoping to get to 10 to have a team here. If we don't, we'll release those kids to go play or run wherever they would like to go. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Jamie had gone off and she got.
Oh, okay. I was like, I didn't know. I guess the only thing that I'm going to wait to make any real decisions based on what you guys think and how we want to proceed, but is that our 7-8 numbers are a little low for what they should be, as are our 5-6 boys. Really, we should have in the teens to host a team because we want subs, and if somebody gets hurt or if somebody's sick or can't be there, we don't really want to show up for a game with 6 players, and it's not fun to have a practice with 6 players either. I'm speaking from somebody who's had that happen. It's really hard to have a practice with really limited numbers. So I think what we need to decide is if we will do 7-8 co-ed, as well as 5-6 co-ed. That would bring our numbers for 7-8 boys and girls to 22, which is a pretty high number, but also not astronomical. That still leaves room for error and injury with some subs. There's a little bit of trepidation when it comes to the 7th grade girl and an 8th grade boy and the skill level.
The size probably too.
A little bit of the size. I, like David, thinks that 7-8 should prepare you to try out for your junior varsity or varsity team. It's much more of a structured, challenging, goal-orientated grade than 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a little bit less of everybody gets equal playing time. Everyone gets to play, but we're really trying to prepare you to go to high school and try out for a varsity team in a year. So I guess my concern is what we do with those numbers. And if we want to mix boys and girls, I do know that Windsor's co-ed, Heartland's co-ed, Woodstock is separate, and Springfield right now is separate. So I asked all the ADs today what they were doing, and so it's split right down the middle. And those are the teams that we play or will be playing. So they are willing to play us with boys and girls. They're willing to play us separately or however we want to do it. But I just wanted everyone to kind of know that that's what we're looking at. A few options is we could take the 6th grade boys and move them to the 7th, 8th grade boys. So it's 6, 7, 8. So some schools do that as a middle school group. So that would just be boys. And we could probably do the same for the 5th, 6th girls. But we have decent numbers at that. And they don't play 11v11. They play 8v8 or 7v7. So we don't need as many numbers for the 5th and 6th grade.
What are the 5, 6 numbers again? I just saw.
Boys is 8
Yeah.
and girls is 10.
8, right?
We need 8 to field a team.
And then Jessica, if we do combine the team and co-ed, do you have the same, obviously because it's 11, but do you have like 6 and 5 that you have is there a number that you have to have on the field at the same time?
No.
Okay.
I would probably talk to our coaches about trying to keep it as balanced as possible
Okay.
and sub out a female for a female and a male for a male.
Yeah.
But it's hard when you're trying to talk positions. It's hard if there's only one goalie and it's a male. Not really going to force a female goalie to play. But I think that's a little bit more specific on who. Yeah.
So of those 8 boys and 10 girls at 5, 6, how many of those are 6th graders?
I didn't do the breakdown of that
Okay.
yet.
Okay.
But I think it's like pretty even. I think it was 5 or 6 6th graders. And the 6th graders have been playing soccer together for a long time. It's the, Brian's actually sent me an email with the name. We've got, Brian Ellingwood thought it was a good idea to think about, he's coached this group before, and to think about moving the 6th graders up. And they're good enough that they could, and it would probably benefit them in the long run. But it's another thing. It's if we want to, yeah, he said Lucas, Isaac, Nathan, Jake, 6th graders. And then,
all pretty athletic.
yeah,
Those
very,
are boys.
those are boys, yeah, very athletic boys who have been
So that would-
playing as a solid group for years. It's not like they're first timers.
So that would put if you did do that, that would put 14
Right,
on what we could call a middle school
correct.
boys team, 6, 7. and
Yep. Yeah, and then we play 11v11.
8. And then what would you do with those girls? Or you think there's
I would try to keep the girls at 5, 6
okay?
and play 10, and then hope for a few more 7, 8 girls to move up, or to register.
So would that 5, 16 become a co-ed team then, with 4 boys that would be 5th graders?
I would give them the option, I think, if to play co-ed or to jump down to 3 and 4. So it would be 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8.
Yeah, so 3, 4, 5 would for the boys, and 6, 7, 8 for the boys. So 2 separate teams. That's just another way to do it. And then depending on how the year goes, if there's a 5th grader who really is way better than the team, we could move them up just because we don't want anyone to get hurt or challenged that way. But I'd like to not release that team at all and let them go. I'd like to keep them here.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, anytime.
It sounds like we can figure out something to work.
I definitely think we can figure out something. I think it's just, I want to give it to the end of the weekend. I think this event got a lot of good talk, and a lot of people were here, and there's still, Alicia's phone is dinging and mine's vibrating, and people are still registering. So we can kind of make the call next week. I have a coaches meeting next Wednesday, and I think right after that, we'll really have a solid plan with the coaches, what the coaches are comfortable with, what we're comfortable with.
Solid numbers.
And we'll have our numbers kind of
Set.
set by then. Because I'd like to have the schedules out to parents by the first day of school. So we can say, this is when this team's practicing, and then coaches have the say in that, because the coaches are the ones who determine their own practice schedule.
So soccer, Jess, at that age level, how many kids do you put up?
For 7, 8, it's 11.
11 kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for 5, 6, it's 8.
So it just makes it a little tight with the girls 7, 8 team.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's just trying to hope we get a couple more numbers there, otherwise they won't have enough for
Because
sub.
you want to have at least a little subbing, right?
I would like 15.
15 's
And
good.
we have 1 sub right now.
But 13 or 14, I mean. could work,
Exactly.
right?
Yep. 13 or 14 could work.
Again, they're not bashing and banging and running as hard as they would in high school, but But I think, yeah, it sounds like your number, it's a little different, you know, than we had last spring. That's great.
Yeah, it's very different. And I just something else to think about is I'm a little worried that due to the lack of athletics in the past few years, year and a half, is that if we only have 10 or 11 on a team, they're going to be gassed pretty quickly. It's going to be, that's why I'm more comfortable having a larger team with more subs. So if we do combine the 7-8, having a team of 20, that gives a lot of subs, a lot of reps.
Chances are they probably have been very active or as active as they would have been if they
Right.
had full active sports in the past 2 years.
So,
Right.
and I don't know what the right answer is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to see what if you guys are opposed or not for the 7-8 combining. I think we can make it work really for all the teams except we need to discuss 7-8 and then the 5-6 boys because they only have 8 right now.
I like the idea of moving up you said there are 3 really athletic 6th
3 or 4,
graders.
Yeah.
I like that idea of moving them up.
Okay.
So a 6, 7, 8 team would give you what kind of numbers?
It would have us at like 12, 13, I think.
You have 13, 14
Yeah.
boys.
But we
13
wouldn't
boys.
have that for the girls.
No, the
Right,
girls,
then the girls wouldn't be enough.
Unless there were-
So then maybe for the girls, we do a co-ed team with the younger boys.
that's possible, I suppose. It would-
Well, the 7-8 girls too.
Oh,
The 7-8
Right,
girls
girls.
only have
You got 10.
12 signed
12,
up right
yeah.
now.
That's not too bad.
Well, 11 play at a time, so. it
Oh,
gives-
11.
11, yeah, so it leaves one sub.
But
per
you don't think
round.
any of those 5, 6 girls could also move up, or you're nervous about? Or I guess I'd say 6th grade.
I would say sure, but then we're taking away from the 5-6 girls team.
Yeah.
So we would either need to probably get rid of the 5-6 girls team and do the same thing we're doing with the boys and having a 3-4
5.
5 and a 6-7-8 and do it for both genders, or because I don't want to take from the 5 and 6 because they have a team and they play with 8 and right now they have 2 subs at 10. So we have that. So I don't want to take away from that team already being a team to make another team.
Skill level from 3 to 3rd grade to 5th grade tends to be a big jump.
3, 4, 5, yeah. Well, just like 6, 7, 8, right?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
tough. And I think with Weathersfield, what you've got, because you notice Springfield, you said has a boys team. and a
Yeah,
girls team, right?
Sapek said that it's going to be tight. He said it'll be pretty low
But you
numbers.
can make it work. See, it's numbers, right? I mean,
Exactly.
We're right on the bubble here, you know? And to some degree, so is Windsor and so is Heartland. So it's going to fluctuate each year in terms
Yeah.
of what you've got, but
Jamie, did you?
it sounds workable.
I just had a question about, I think, so with Georgia's class, and she's little, but there's 5 girls in the whole kindergarten. So when she gets to be this
Yeah.
age, to field a team is gonna be.
It's going to be the
crazy
same.
and
Yeah.
hustle. So I'm just curious, I don't know what the numbers are for those older grades. Are you getting good numbers for like, we'll say the girls team, like most of the girls? And can you even recruit anymore? Is there anybody left to gain?
There's a few. I think it was, 20 something,
21 in 8th grade.
21 in 8th grade.
And 26, I think, or.
There's a lot in
27
7th grade. Yeah. So we could probably try to recruit a few
Okay.
more, and I'm hoping that a few more do trickle in.
Okay,
But that's a concern
just
with,
being realistic about, is
Exactly.
there even anyone,
is there anyone, well, because you
Yeah.
couldn't, with the,
yeah, when they get
when
older?
sometimes there's no option.
Okay, thank you.
BJ?
Jessica, what if you gave, it's not like a tryout, but move some of the 6 boys and girls up to the 7, 8 boys or girls, and then combine just 5 and 6. If some of the kids didn't feel comfortable moving up in 6th grade to 6, 7, 8, could you make the numbers work and just have one co-ed team, 5, 6, but move some of the better players, the more experienced players, up to 6, 7 to make it work?
Yeah.
We've talked about
Yeah.
moving
Mhm.
players that are skilled up
Mhm.
to the next level, but the ones that need extra practice, could we make 1, 5, 6 co-ed?
Yeah.
Which is a
Right
lot of
now,
work.
you've got
on-
18 at 5, 6.
It's really a lot of work for you guys, and it's hard to choose those, but you know who's been in the program,
Right.
who's skilled,
Yeah.
and that it would benefit and not hurt.
Yeah. Because I know that other area rec programs that we play are going to play, some are going to be co-ed, some are going to be just boys, just girls. So it is a mixed bag.
Yeah.
So playing other teams really wouldn't be that, I'm not concerned about that with the co-ed, but that's not a bad,
Or have
Not a
sixth
bad
grades
idea.
move up to both, be on both teams, the 5, 6 girls and the 6, 7, 8 girls. Like have some players maybe even rotate that with sixth grade, see if they wanted to challenge themselves,
yeah,
be on 2 teams.
right, so they
Still
come,
are in school.
yeah.
That's what I was thinking as well.
Because when does 5, 6
That's
play?
five-
Saturday?
No,
Yeah.
you were.
No, they're
spot
during the
on.
week.
That's
the
5
week.
practices a week.
Oh,
K1.
So if they want to play, if that, yeah, because Monday, Wednesday, Friday is 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's, yeah, it's 3 days a week. But my concern is, and I don't have children, so I don't know, but I can anticipate it being an issue saying like, oh, she gets to go play on that team today, but she has to come back to our team tomorrow. And I don't,
Between other students.
right, that's,
We,
makes it a little
It's better
more
to be
challenging.
one or the other. initially.
I think, but yeah.
Yeah, you might be right.
But I like the idea of moving up the ones who are more
Right.
skilled.
Yeah.
Is if we could maybe analyze or whatever have no teams for the first week. And just everybody goes out and play. We have all the coaches run them through some stuff and then we make teams. I don't,
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I would like to get the coaches input.
yeah.
How do the coaches feel about co-ed, do you know? Would they
It's a
prefer?
mixed bag. I think everybody wants to be here.
Right.
Some coaches are worried about females mixing with males. Some, I think at the lower levels, it's really,
I don't know.
yeah, I think like 3rd, 4th, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
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 But 7, 8, I think it can,
We have some really skilled girls on our 7-8 team, but then some not so skilled. So
Yeah.
I feel like that's the same way with some of the boys too.
Yeah.
Kind of goes both ways. So to bring up some 6th graders.
But
Yeah.
you have enough coaches, if you did that, right, with 5, 6 and, well, especially the 6th graders, you move those up to make it 6, 7, 8. You've got 2 coaches, one that could do the boys and one that could do the girls, right now?
If you move up.
yes.
I don't know.
Ish.
Sort of.
Yeah, I
Have you
guarantee you that
evaluated?
a parent it wouldn't want to coach not their kid. So all of our coaches are parents. So if that
Yeah.
one kid got moved up and there was already a coach moved up, which I'm anticipating happening with our group, they would want to move with their student. They wouldn't want to coach the team that their kid's not on.
That's the hard part at this age level, right? I mean, and as one of our ADs says all the time, right, there are some parents who coach, and then there are some coaches who happen to be parents.
Mhm.
And those are 2 very different,
Very
two
different.
very different things.
Yes, very different.
Right, but I mean, God bless the people who step up and want to do it. It sounds like we can make it happen, right?
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah, I think
We'll make something
you
happen.
make it happen.
Yeah, we'll make something
Those
happen.
are good numbers, and it might get better.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, might get better. We'll push it when the kids get here.
Jamie, did you have anything to add?
Nope, I'm good, thank you.
When do you usually start practice?
I'd like to start the first week of school.
Okay,
I could like the first practice.
maybe
to
not
be
the
at-
first day of school,
No,
but somewhere.
Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, I'd like to start, at least get 1 practice per age group, so maybe Thursday, Friday, because that's how it goes, and then start our kindergartens 1st and 2nd, start on September 11th, which is that first Saturday. We're like a scrunched season because of school starting late, so we really have like less than 2 months, and then it's dark really, really early, which is sad, but.
And that's-
Yeah, good. So in the minutes, I'll just put down the board felt that there are enough numbers to
Field
work
team?
something out.
Yeah.
With this team, yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Do you want me to include you all in kind of how this week progresses, or I don't?
Yeah, if you
With
want to
numbers?
send us an update next week with your numbers.
Sure.
That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
Before or after the coaches meeting? Do you care?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah, we meet on Wednesday, and I think by then we'll have. I mean, some might feel really strongly about coaching one or the other, and that kind of will solve that.
Yeah.
But that's our plan.
Well, thank you.
Thank
Well,
you.
that's
Have a
good.
good vacation.
Yes. Can't
Thanks,
wait.
Jessica, for starting early too and getting those numbers out.
Yeah, and
I know you worked hard on that.
as much as I think people really loved the thought of the early registration, we really didn't get numbers until August. So it's a great thought, and I really
Usually
think,
about a month before.
yeah, exactly. August, people start thinking about school, back to school shopping, back to getting ready, and then they're like, oh, sports, and let me register. That we in June, July, I was worried. I was like, we're not gonna have teams. So yeah, I'm glad August came. Really
And you'll
glad.
keep us posted on cross country too. then,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay.
and fingers crossed we get a handful more.
Yeah.
And can have
Do
it.
you want me to post anything on Facebook, like that you need more 5, 6, 7, 8 kids, or?
I think we've kind of exhausted that.
Okay.
I know I post. I know
Yeah,
we send a lot of emails out. So
yeah.
I think at this point, if you're gonna sign up, you're gonna sign up.
Mhm.
That's my hope, is that people just do it.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you guys.
Thank you, have a good vacation, thank you, Alicia.
Thank you.
Thank you, Richardson's, for staying.
Thank you.
Next up is setting the next agenda, which, I have done some things,
What's
We
the
want-
date, Ann? Just,
the next meeting will be September 15th at 6 PM.
Wednesday.
Yes, we had to move it to the Wednesday because something else was going on the 14th that you guys have.
Teacher negotiations.
Yeah. That's on the 14th, right? Yeah, that's right. Just trying to go there now, just quickly. I think we might have already warned that meeting. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as far as items for discussion on that one, we wanted to do, to get a financial report
Yeah.
from Ed.
Early.
Yeah, we can get that out, because I know, matter of fact, I think he's got it done. It just,
Perfect.
yeah, he's got it done. He'll get that out.
All right.
We want to start planning for the budget process. So discuss
That's a big one.
budget process. I know we've had at least one volunteer for the BAC so far, right?
Yep.
Yep. We'll get a COVID update, of course, see
Yeah.
how
well, you'll get plenty of those.
and, school opening report. And, fingers crossed, any new hires to fill some of the vacancies.
We have actually have an interview on Monday for a K4 math intervention.
Oh, awesome.
We're exhausted right now, third grade.
We're getting close,
So Lori Small is taking the entire class right now, and
she'll do a great job.
we've interviewed and just have not found.
How are we with Paris?
We are getting better. They hired another one today.
They did,
Yes.
okay.
We're down
So-
to one maybe, one or two.
Yeah, we're not down too many right
Not
now,
too
so
bad.
I think we're still down our general ed paras, but our special ed paras, I think, we're down one right now. So we're getting there. Katie's been.
And they moved a couple from other buildings,
Okay, and that's all through the SU.
which is nice, because that's why they can take one,
Yeah, but gen ed paras.
All right.
that's rough, yes.
Does anyone have anything else they want for the meeting?
And thank you for setting us up today, out there. I think it was great. Nice to have those people.
And we could at that point too give a negotiations update too, that might be a good idea. We should have things reasonably set, let's hope and pray, huh? Do you mind if I add that?
No,
Just so that we got it?
sounds good.
All right, so I'll get the minutes, it doesn't look like there's much, I'll get it typed up and
Okay, yeah.
get it out to Lori. I think part of the problem with tonight was, and I don't know what's up, I'll talk with Becky, but Lori still doesn't have the minutes from the last meeting, and
Yeah, I didn't realize that there was a problem getting the minutes.
Yeah, and at the end of that, and I don't think about it till I get the agenda pretty much, but, because at the end of every agenda, you do just what you did. You state the time, the date, and what items you want to discuss. And Lori came to me, I think on Friday or Monday, and said, I still don't, is there a meeting tonight with?
Yeah.
So anyhow, and again, it's not to be critical. It's just
No,
Summertime, things are
Yeah.
rough, but
yeah, I just, if she can give me a heads up about that,
then you could
then
chase
I
it a
could
little
chase
bit, right?
it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea she's been chasing these minutes.
No, that's okay, and yeah.
I know Becky had said a while ago, that, she doesn't always have it right away.
Right,
Yeah.
right. The law says that the
Meetings
draft
today.
is supposed to be posted within 5 days of the meeting.
There you go.
So that's the way it's
Good thing to
supposed to,
mention.
and that's just a draft, but,
Yeah.
but I think maybe, if, you reach out to her, I do, I mean, she's done a great job for us, and, just know that, Lori's really organized too, she doesn't. But
Yeah.
that was the confusion tonight, why, this morning we sent out an emergency, agenda and, make sure we just, yeah.
Yeah, I was looking through my emails and I couldn't find the agenda for today's meeting, and
I guess
but I just.
it wasn't
It
there.
wasn't one, yeah. That was what it turned out to be. Okay. Do we need an executive session? Does it-
I think so, you? I don't think so. We're okay.
Okay, everybody's gonna be at the SU board meeting on Monday?
Yeah, because I've invited all board members, you know, just, you know, we gotta.
Are you gonna be there, Jamie? Monday?
You wanted a virtual option, right, Jamie?
If that's possible. It looks like we're gonna have thunderstorms.
Really? Yeah.
Again?
And this time, I think if we have thunderstorms, we could, if we had to move into 2 tenants in Ewan's room, we'll just move in there if we have to and mask up, you know. I hate to postpone it again because we got some
Yeah.
big decisions to make.
Yeah. May just end up being a meeting,
Exactly,
not a retreat.
yeah, exactly. Starting to look more like that, isn't it?
Yeah,
Today's date is the 20.
26. Okay, can I have a motion to adjourn?
Go ahead.
I'll motion to adjourn.
Mark?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That's
All right.
unanimous.
Good job, gang.
Okay.